Good morning, my friends. My name is Jeremy. This is Books and Coffee, and today I have a very awesome video for you. I'm going to be doing another book review, another Star Wars book review. And today we are going to be talking about Star Wars Ahsoka by E.K. Johnston. This is another canon book. Um, and we're going to do a little old school, and I'm actually going to read the inside synopsis of this. And I forgot to do that for Lost Stars, so I'm kind of disappointed in myself, but we're going to go ahead and read this. She thought her war was over, but a new battle is just beginning. Ahsoka Tano, once a loyal Jedi apprentice to Anakin Skywalker, planned to spend her life serving the Jedi Order, but after a heartbreaking betrayal, she turned her back on the Order to forge her own path, knowing Anakin and the other Jedi would still be there for her should she ever need them. Then the Emperor took over the galaxy and the Jedi were ruthlessly murdered. Burdened with grief and guilt, Ahsoka is now truly on her own, unsure she can be part of something larger ever again. She takes refuge on the remote farming moon Rada, Raada. Star Wars planet names are really confusing to me and how you pronounce them. Where she befriends a young woman named Kaden and begins to carve out a life for herself. But Ahsoka cannot escape her past or the reach of the Empire. When Imperial forces occupy Rada, she must decide whether to become involved, even if it means exposing her Jedi past. Her choices will have devastating effects on those around her and lead her to a new hope for the galaxy. This book, I read this book immediately after I read Lost Stars. I put down Lost Stars and I was craving another young adult Star Wars book I could just dive headfirst into. And I grabbed this off my shelves and dived right in. I read this back in December and it was fucking incredible. Absolutely incredible. You guys will probably see quite a few Star Wars book reviews over the next couple of days. I have two more that I also read in December. I read a lot, so I read four Star Wars books that month. So we're gonna kind of just set this back here, and we're gonna talk about this. Um, so what I loved so much about this book is, well, before I get to there, I also want to go ahead and say that this book very much is set after the events of all 7 seasons of the Clone Wars TV show. So if you have not watched the Clone Wars TV show, you might find this a little bit hard to experience because there are mentionings of things that actually did happen in the Clone Wars, but they're not so um, let's see, I'm trying to word this. They're not so abrupt or big spoilers that you feel really lost and confused. Because when I read this, I had only seen the first couple of because I've only seen the first couple of seasons of the Clone Wars, but I do know what ends up happening, in a few key moments throughout the course of the show. And I'm not sure why I just put this back there. I want to hold this up. So this book answers a lot of questions. It answers how Luca got her white lightsabers, which we see in the Star Wars Rebels show. So throughout this entire book, Ahsoka is a craving to be a part of something much bigger than herself. She can't reach out to Obi-Wan or Yoda anymore. The Jedi are gone. They've been betrayed. They've been murdered, and it is a devastating feat to the galaxy. There used to be 10,000 Jedi Knights protecting the galaxy, and now they are so few and far between. And it is so devastating to and I really really resonated with Ahsoka because we really get to see her inner thoughts. She has never felt so alone. I mean, yes, she has the Force, and that's always there for her, but knowing that you're literally on your own. You don't really know what to do. You don't know where to go because if someone recognizes you, then you're gonna have Imperials hunting your ass, and it's a terrifying thing that she goes through in this book. But she goes to the planet Retta, and she does befriend a family there, and she feels like she can actually have a bit of purpose there, and she feels like she can do some good. But little does she know that nothing is like that forever, because then Imperial forces end up showing up, not really exactly for her, but to do like a routine check of the planet, and you know she just can't really catch a break, and then she ends up working alongside Bail Organa in this book, and that's really great. So she goes on a few missions with him and really feels like, what is my purpose in the Force now? What is my purpose in the universe? How do I do this? How do I get out of this situation? And this book also heavily ties, like, this is a great book to read if you have watched the Star Wars Rebels TV show, which I highly recommend that show. Yes, it is like aimed more at kids, but I'm 31-year-old male who adored the shit out of that entire show. It is absolutely incredible. The storylines that show does, but Ahsoka Tano is a character that is in that show from time to time. She is in season 2 a lot, and she's all, and then she comes back for season 4. I won't tell you how, because I don't want to spoil that show for anyone, because it's so good. Um, but we have to see, and I have to mention this just because it's part of this book, but we also get to see how Ahsoka ended up going under the name Fulcrum, which we also know from um, the Rebels show. Like, how she becomes that. How can she, she does find what she wants to be in the galaxy. She does find her purpose, and she does find, I'm not going to stand with the Empire that slaughtered the Jedi. That's wrong. That's not what she stood for. That's not what it should be. And she she finds her purpose, and she finds her will to fight. And I have loved Ahsoka ever since they released the Clone Wars movie. There's a lot of people who thought she was really rough around the edges in the beginning, but I have grown to really love and have so much respect for her as a character. She is so strong in it and independent. She needs nobody. Maybe sometimes she does get in over her head from time to time, but she is such a strong willed female character that I absolutely love and so much respect for. And she is a fucking badass. She is a badass. So I also feel like if you watch the Clone Wars show and you want more Ahsoka Tano, this is a wonderful place to start. This is set a little bit afterwards. This also, at several points in this book, kind of go back to Mandalore, and we get to see some back flashes with her fight with Darth Maul, which was also really cool to read in this book. Now, this book was published before they released the 7th season of the Clone Wars. But don't worry, this book is written in a way where I don't know if she was informed of those events, or they had to just kind of do the Jogo game and she had to write it without the knowledge of that. But I think it is I can't say enough positive and good things about this story and these characters. I really am very much enjoying the young adult section of Star Wars books. This was my second one, but I've now read 3, and soon to be 4. I also have Rebel Rising on audiobook, so I don't know if I want to listen to that one as I read along, but we'll see. But this is a book I would recommend to people who love the Clone Wars and want to see what happened to Ahsoka after the ending of the Clone Wars, I think this is a great book for that. If you came from Star Wars Rebels and you loved Ahsoka in that show without having watched anything, I think this is also a good book because it kind of very much ties it very it begins to tie a lot of things together, like where she came before she entered the game of Rebels. This is a great book to read because it does answer a lot of those questions. This book is incredible. I can't really say enough good things. And unfortunately, this is the only book I feel like I will be reading by this author because she does have three more books, but they're all centered on Padme, and I really don't like Padme at all. I loved her in the movies, but I don't really care for her in the show all that, in the Clone Wars all that much. But so, I don't know. It's kind of this like thing, this like weird thing. Like I think it's how her characterization was dealt with that I just am not really the biggest fan of. So I recently woke up, and since I'm not quite awake, I made myself a cold brew. If you want to know how I made this, I do have a short posted on like a few videos ago, and this is my chocolate caramel cold brew, Starbucks cold brew. Well, it's not really Starbucks's. It's Target's. It's. I'm sorry. I'm still not awake yet. I apologize. Um, this is it's Starbucks's brand of cold brew. I don't know why that was so hard to say the first time. It's because I'm not awake and I need caffeine. This is very good. I love this. This is so good. So, I have a couple more videos that are going to be posted today. I was going to say this yesterday, but I'm having so much fun coming back here and filming videos. I might just upload something almost every day, or at least for a while. I don't know for how long. My life may get really busy because I unfortunately go back to work tomorrow. My work weeks are Wednesday through Sunday, and then Monday, Tuesdays are my days off, which is why you'll probably see a lot more content on Mondays and Tuesdays than any other day of the week. So, my uploading schedule is still Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So that is still the uploading schedule for the time being. Definitely Monday and Tuesdays for sure. I'll definitely be posting content on those days for sure. So, yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I hope I said something that kind of made you want to pick it up. It is a really, really fantastic story. I loved this book a lot. It also has a gorgeous cover, and I think I'm going to be doing a video. I have several different videos where I want to show you some of my favorite book covers ever. For sure, that is definitely a video that I want to do, but I think I also want to do my like a separate video on my favorite Star Wars book covers. I might do that eventually as well, but I do have another review that's going to be going up, which is going to be on Leia, Princess of Alderaan by Claudia Gray. That one was also fucking brilliant and amazing and incredible, and oh, the ending made me cry. And I don't cry in books very often, but that one made me cry a lot, so it's worth it. And that will be posted shortly, maybe a little later on today, but that one will be up. And then I have a surprise video which I'm going to share with you that's also Star Wars related that will be posted later this evening. So I hope you guys are having a wonderful day, and I'm gonna go and drink caffeine and wake up a little bit. So I will talk to you guys very soon, and have a wonderful day, and thanks for watching. Bye.